All right, and now we have Katelyn Newman. It's my pleasure to introduce Katelyn Newman. Katelyn was 6 when she first put pen to paper. She wrote. She hasn't stopped. She is a living foundry of words, a shining light not only in this program, but in the lives of the friends she has made here. Our experience at CCA would be diminished if she weren't a part of it. Please welcome Katelyn Newman.
All right, well, this is surreal. I just want to thank everybody for being here, and especially just every friend I've made here, every mentor has been just revolutionary, just life-changing. And I want to thank my boyfriend and my artist friends who are here too. Okay, so I'm going to read the intro to what will be a book soon. It's about being a sibling to someone with special needs. So, okay. This is an invitation. I'm inviting you over to my house, but I'm running late. So I'll meet you there. Feel free to go inside. Just ring the bell. Booger's home. You should feel special. I don't let just anyone in. I trust you. I trust that you'll respect her, and by that I mean, you know my little sister has autism, and she might get uncomfortable since she hasn't met you yet. Also, I should fair warn you about the tiny, aggressive, toothless Yorkie. That's Stanley. He will hate you, and I'm sorry, because there's nothing I can do about that. For 11 years, all we did was call him cute. He is what we made him. We are all what we made each other. You should see us together. We're a motley crew called McQuaid. But just go inside, don't worry. Booger can handle Stanley. Once you're in, she will whisk him into her arms at a slightly unnerving speed. But she'll break the tension after saying, "He hates me," in a complete surprise. You can tell by her expressive eyebrows. He might snap at her, and then she'll call him a biter. And even though this may make you anxious for her, it's fine. It's our version of normal. Part of me trusting you is believing that this won't be too weird for you. Nevertheless, I assume that you'll stand there, awkward, holding your own hands as you watch Stanley switch between growling and licking the inside of Rose's kiss. Eventually, she'll exclaim, "Aw, he likes me." Did you see what she did there? She doesn't, but I do. And I want you to see it too. That's what this is all about, really. An invitation for you to see what booger love means. If you were wondering, her real name is Rose. Only I call her Booger. I think it all started when she sneezed in her hair. But Rose was the cutest baby that I've ever seen. It was almost as if there was this extra bit of innocence in her eyes, a kind of perfect that didn't make sense then. Like her adorable quirks were a sign that we should have noticed earlier, but that's not important. What is important is that she was never and will never be defined by her diagnosis. Besides, at this point, there are so many variations of ASD, it might as well be called IDK. It wasn't until she grew up that we noticed anything different. Regardless, our mom, Lynn, dressed us all the same, adorned with matching oversized bows. Her 90s child style was on point. The three of us wore slightly different versions of the same trendy ensemble, connected by the same pattern or animal print. Mom's favorite was cheetah. She even went as far as to decorate our dining room from drapes to seat cushion with it, which made for a classic Christmas card. But all kidding aside, my mother already has a seat in heaven with her name on it for all the shit she puts up with. And that's not just from us. She's a 7th grade math teacher. And the only one who cooks, cleans, goes to work, takes care of Booger, goes to the gym, then to church, and comes home and grades papers. She does it all with a smile, for the most part. When the Pope finally recognizes her as a saint, I'll ask that she be called Saint Sweet Lynn of Brooklyn. Unless we're in trouble, we use nicknames in my house. And in this story, I'm using my version of everyone's name, including my own, because I remember things differently, vividly, finessed, or too true. Speaking of those who like to make up shit, Marie is the oldest sister. She never wanted any siblings, which is quite clear from her facial expression in all of our childhood photos. Now that we're adults, I cherish our close relationship, but I get to keep the fond memories of her past phases, like the time when she wanted to be a scientist. It was an honor and a privilege to watch her hack off her bangs because she thought that was how you got rid of them. It took 2 years for her to grow those back, and in the meantime, she performed the same experiment on my Barbies. And when their hair didn't grow back, she chopped off their heads to see what was inside. She became a surgeon. Dad's name is John. He's the only 62-year-old that I know that has a six-pack. He takes out his ADHD by rowing 10,000 meters in the basement and playing the drums if he feels anxious. I think staying busy is a side effect from working in Manhattan for 31 years. He even exercises after his commute home to Jersey. It's all about routine with him, and for Rose. So, every night before bed, after he's done brushing her teeth and applying her sit cream, she picks out the tie that he will wear to work the next day. And then there's me, Elizabeth. Lizzie Fish, the middle child, the hot mess express, the captain of the struggle bus, the one who's always late. That's why I've kept you waiting. I've been on a road trip, and I'll tell you all about it. I left my darling, distracting family to change my life in California. When I made the decision, I accepted that it meant leaving, but Rose didn't. I feel better knowing that you're there with her, waiting in the threshold of my home with my dog and my booger. And I want to thank you for accepting my invitation to be here with us now. So, welcome. Thank you.